There's always been a bit of a gulf between family cars and compact executives, and it's easy to see why. Family cars are more geared towards affordability and practicality rather than badge snobbery. Well, now there's a car that's going to bridge the gap. It's from SEAT, and you can be forgiven for thinking you've seen it before.
It's called the Exeo, and if you strip away the SEAT styling, underneath you're left with the last generation Audi A4. It's nice to see SEAT hasn't just copied the interior of the old A4 too. Not that that would have been a bad thing. After all, Audi is one of the class leaders when it comes to cabin design. Instead, SEAT raided the Volkswagen parts warehouse and tweaked the dash from the A4 Cabriolet and squeezed it into the Exeo, something Audi said couldn't be done.
And what you're left with is a cabin good enough to rival some of the best compact executives around.
The controls are exactly where you'd expect them to be, and the cabin plastics are first rate. As you might expect from Audi, cabin space is cosy, and not quite up there with the likes of the Mondeo and the Insignia, but there's a decent sized boot. The only gripe is the lack of a hatchback model, something we Brits have a certain fondness for. So what's it like to drive? Well, no surprises, it carries over much of the driving mannerisms from the old A4. It's composed over bubbly stuff and cruises nicely on long motorway hauls. If you want something with a bit more Spanish flair, then the sports setup, which is standard on the petrol version and an option on the diesel, is the one to go for.
The Exeo may be based on the old A4 saloon, but there's nothing old about the engines. There's three to choose from: a 200 brake horsepower 2-litre petrol or two 2-litre diesels with either 143 or 170 brake horsepower.
As for economy and performance, the least fuel-efficient model will return 36.6 miles per gallon, which isn't bad, and all can do the 0 to 60 mph dash comfortably under 10 seconds.
So that's looks and performance dealt with. Now onto the business of value for money. Now, when Audi launched the last generation A4 saloon, which this is based on, the cheapest way of getting behind the wheel would still set you back the thick end of £21,500, and for that you really wouldn't get a lot for your money. You'd get the basics like CD player, air conditioning, front electric windows and a few airbags, but that was about it.
You'd have to pay extra for metallic paint, cruise control, rear electric windows and so on. With the Exeo, you won't need to tick much on the options list. Every model comes with dual zone climate control, Bluetooth, MP3 player, alloy wheels, 6 airbags, ESP and alarm immobiliser.
So, a premium family saloon. You might be expecting a premium price tag. Well, that's not the case. Prices start just over £17,500.
Okay, you can get into a Mondeo or an Insignia for cheaper, and if you need a hatchback, then the Exeo isn't for you. On the flip side though, you're getting a premium compact executive car for family car money.